Previously, on the Hoard of the Dragon Queen. The north of Faerun finds itself embroiled in chaos, as the long benign cult of the dragon has recently made a resurgence, and is actively pillaging nearby lands at the behest of 7 Sajarin, who is attempting to gather 5 dragon masks to release Tiamat from her prison in the Nine Hells. Meanwhile, 4 novice adventurers journey to the town of Greenest as caravan guards for the belligerent Nub McGrub. During said journey, they came to know Nub's bodyguard, Sebastian Crenshaw, and the reserved Marlowe Duskwood, who did their best to make the group feel welcome, despite Nub's foul temperament and overt self-interest. When the party reached their destination, they were greeted by the sight of a blue dragon that circled ominously over the town. Sensing the plight below, the party ventured further in, and soon arrived at Greenest Keep, where they became acquainted with Governor Naito and Castilian. From here, the party proceeded to work through the night, and saved many townspeople, whilst also driving back the nefarious raiders, which eventually culminated in a stand at the keep, and an ultimatum posed by the battle-hungry Langdrosa's Cyanrath. Zark answered the Draconid's challenge for single combat, and fought a pitched battle, with the former eventually prevailing, thanks to the awakening of a mysterious new power. The raiders retreated after the battle, and the party were rewarded for their efforts. After spending a few days of rest, the party were besieged by Nessun Wildra to find his friend Leosin Elenfar, who was captured by the raiders during the attack on Greenest. After tracking Leosin back to the raiders' camp, the party were captured almost immediately, thanks to Zark's reputation. However, some reinforcements courtesy of Gwen allowed the rest of the party and Leosin to escape to a nearby cave, wherein they found a Korean fighting pit, which they destroyed via a cave-in after Gwen managed to save several people beforehand. After a narrow escape, the party remained cautious as they pushed forward. And now we return as the Tyranny of Dragons continues. Okay, welcome back, one and all, to the Hoard of the Dragon Queen. So I'm joined as usual by DoomPema, Elf, and Sky. I had to think about that for a moment for some reason. Not like I haven't been saying these names for the past 20 odd episodes now. But yeah, so what I kind of did forget to, well rather what I didn't have time to mention wholly in the intro is you guys are a little bit surrounded at the moment. With, at the end of the last session, a bunch of Korean who presumably are from the cave-in decided to just climb out of the woodwork, or I suppose the crawl holes in this case. And yeah, they're not looking too happy. So I'm going to say, I don't remember which of you guys rolled perception to see it, but I know at least one of you saw it, so I assume that you would tell the others.
Looking at the rolls, I'd probably say it was Pema.
Okay, it doesn't...
Let me up lane.
Yeah, so one of you guys notices the queen. So, just to kind of set the scene a little bit, after you guys have finished fighting the pair, I'm going to mention at this point that this room over here, you can still hear, like, bats scurrying about. Not, like, they're not obscuring your view at all, but these guys are still, for the moment, kind of checking on each other as opposed to looking towards you guys, but I think you guys are just far enough forward that they're not in your direct line of sight. So before I describe things any further, what do you guys do?
I want to roll perception at the ones down here that have crawled out to see just how badly hurt they are.
Okay, go ahead and roll perception. The lizard people.
Right.
Walk like lizard, talk like people. You should know this very well. I'm sorry. Come on,
did you
expect a better answer?
No.
Did we ask what the red circle means on the token?
Okay, so Gwen will know that the red circles is basically to kind of like say that these have red war paint.
Oh, okay. I spotted it last session and I didn't know if we
Yeah,
cleared
like,
that up.
you guys probably
I
won't
think we
really...
mentioned it.
Yeah,
It's the red paint, not the black paint.
yeah.
The one said was me.
But yeah, just to clarify, these two kobolds down here do have red war paint. You haven't really seen the kobolds over here yet directly, so I won't describe them in more detail till you get a closer look. But anyway, what do you guys do anything else in this moment before I move on?
The lizard folk that have just crawled out, have they seen us? I know we're like up in elevation, but
okay, I'm going to say that the moment where we left the session, they'd literally just crawled out. Something else is about to happen. I'm just trying to see what you guys do as your reaction. I'm basically giving you one thing each before something moves on, because they are about... like, they appear to be moving forward. Just to let you know, from crawling in the hole. They've kind of crawled out and they're continuing to move forward. They haven't crawled out and stopped. So that's why I'm asking how you guys react before we move on.
oops, I didn't mean to do that, sorry.
No, it's okay.
Can anyone speak kobold?
I can speak the language of the dragons.
I don't.
I'm assuming kobolds speak Draconic.
Um,
Because if they do, I do.
And I roll intelligence to see if kobolds would speak Draconic. If I know that.
I don't think I'll need to roll. I think I should know that.
I think I'm going to say that, honestly,
Pretty sure they do.
Delman would... I mean, I think, to be honest, considering that a lot of the messages you found so far are in Draconic, I would say that it wouldn't be metagaming to make the assumption that it might be a language just commonly known to the cult and, you know, its member races.
Right. In that case, I'm going to pull out my crossbow. We all move back through the mushrooms. As soon as I fire, I look at Delman, shout something in Draconic at them.
Like what?
A threat, a warning, something that would make them think the kobolds around the corner will attack. I wait to see if you nod. Do you?
Okay, I think I understand what's going on. The ones to the left, are they different to the ones down there?
All I know is that they are kobolds. Simply. So?
You want me to make it seem like the ones in the left are going to attack the ones down there?
Yes.
Okay.
Okie dokie. If you nod, I'm going to find my crossbow and immediately leg it.
Oh, all right.
Okay. Should I make an attack roll if I'm going to be firing at one of them?
Which one are you firing at, just to clarify?
I would aim for that one right in the middle of them.
That's not a... You're pointing to a Korean on my screen.
Yes.
Right, I thought you said you were attacking a kobold.
Didn't say I was attacking the kobold.
Oh, right, sorry. I thought you were saying that you were attacking a kobold to try and get... Okay, I see what you're doing. Yeah, go ahead. Roll to hit.
Can I get an advantage given it's a surprise?
I would probably say the fact that you're elevated alone would probably give you advantage.
Yeah.
Oh god, it's a good job you had advantage. Jeez.
Yeah, it is. So I shoot myself in the foot. Okay, just going to roll damage, and then my action was to immediately then run away as far as I could.
Okay, so the bolt flies down the ridge and it strikes... were you trying to aim for a particular spot?
I was aiming for this Korean.
No, but I mean, were you aiming for a spot on the Korean, or were you just trying to hit the Korean?
Just trying to hit the Korean.
Just trying to hit the Korean. Okay, so the bolt just goes flying down and you just hit the Korean in the right shoulder, and it's going to look around. I'm going to make the Korean roll perception to see if he realizes where the attack has come from. Just seeing he does not have proficiency in that, so he's just going to roll a d20.
Is he going to be basically going against my spell save, would it be? Or... Oh,
I think I was just going to roll it more as a general
Alright,
perception
yeah,
check,
get it.
really, because it's not a magical attack in nature, so...
Yeah.
Okay, unfortunately on a 16, I'm going to say that as he kind of recoils back from the pop bolt, as he's reeling his head back out of the corner of his eye, he can just kind of see your crossbow and you holding it, and presumably you just going, well, shit.
actually, I'm still red.
You're
I'm
still
the
what,
same
sorry?
color as the kobolds.
What do you mean you're still red, sorry?
My skin's red like
Oh, your
kobolds.
skin's red like kobolds. Okay. The thing is, though, I'm going to say that on the 16 he will be able to tell that you're not a kobold. Yeah, if you rolled lower, I would have let you have that, but he rolled decently high, so nice try, but he does recognize you as being an enemy, and this causes the Korean to start shouting something in Draconic. Delman, you'll be able to understand what he's saying. I don't... Oh, Leosin technically as well. I'm thinking Blaine.
I can hear it.
Yeah. So, you just basically hear the Korean shout something to effect of, "Attack them!" Kind of like, just kind of like motioning more to this guy than this one. And at this moment, I'm going to say that he shouted that loudly that you also hear activity from within this room. You hear a human voice shout, "What's going on out there? First these damn bats and sturges. You two, go and check that out." You don't know who he's motioned to because you can't see it. And around the same time as this, because the veteran shouted, some of the bats from that room start scurrying towards the room that you guys are in.
Wouldn't they be drawn towards the sound? If they've already been disturbed.
The thing is, they kind of heard a sound from far away and a sound in this room, so I'd probably say that they've kind of been drawn to, let's say here, kind of in between the two.
Oh, that was a slug for a second.
It's not a slug, it's a bat. Or it's basically a few swarms of bats. I'm just going to represent them using these tokens for now. So they just kind of like swarm up around the door. There's more bats. Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a couple in here, and a couple of them have moved into there just to represent like where they are. And also, at the same moment, you start to hear banging coming from this door again. So, yeah, the Korean down here start chanting quite loudly. You hear screeching from here. You hear the scurrying of bats here. It's very, very, very noisy right now, just for the sake of one attack. And do you guys do anything else before I continue? Sorry, I know I've kind of gone through quite a lot at once.
My plan failed. Anyone else get out?
I'm scrambling. This is bad.
So, speaking of bads, Delman, the noise is getting... Oh, sorry, go on, Glenn. Were you going to say something, sorry?
Yes, I would like to move over towards Leosin.
Yeah, I'm going to allow you to move over to Leosin and say... Yeah, and say something to him, but then I'll move on the scene a bit.
Just moving towards him.
You're just moving towards him, nothing else.
In a way that I can push him back behind me towards the wall.
Okay, yeah, you're fine to move towards Leosin. Okay, so...
Move over here, or preferably move him a little bit towards the wall, even. Not the cliff down, but the back wall of the cave. And
so, are you kind of like saying here, for example?
Yeah, that way.
Yeah, okay.
So that he's kind of behind me and Blaine.
Yeah, Leosin will take instruction. In fact, what I'm going to do before I forget... Like, I'll control Leosin in combat, but I'm going to basically give everyone control of Leosin's token if you want to move him around at any point. Okay, so yeah, if you guys want to move Leosin, you're welcome to move him about, but I'll control
He
him.
disappeared.
Oh, he went into the abyss on my screen. Like, the edge of the wall is where I just put him from my perspective. Because I know before, like, the position of token seems to desync on your side a bit.
Yeah, it came back.
Yeah, I just moved him back. He just moved him into an area. Well, into, like, a wall. Okay. So, anyway, the noise is getting to be quite unbearable, and you in particular, Delamain, are becoming quite bothered by it. Probably more so than anyone else. So, as the reality of this grim situation dawns upon you, you're tired and surrounded. You look around for support, only to see the sunken, beleaguered eyes of your compatriots, depriving you of the solace and comfort you desperately seek in this moment. Your head starts to throb as the banging, wailing, and shouting starts to grate on your last nerve, as all other thoughts become clouded and surrounded by panic. It doesn't stop. It doesn't stop! It only grows louder, becoming more intense, more frequent, more real. Breath baited, feet weighted, the walls close in. The ground shifts, availing a black abyss as tendrils grip each of your limbs. Drag down, your allies frown as the walls claim their prize. Now suspended, world upended, all fall silent before cold, imperious eyes. At this moment, you hear a voice. Hello, friend. Although you can't see a mouth, you sense a wide, toothy grin and gleeful anticipation. The voice continues. I see this day has taken its toll on you, little one. On all of you. Allow me to make your burdens lighter. And all I ask for in return is a favor. One that I require quite soon. What say you, boy? And with that, you are left to contemplate Cryolak's offer.
Well, shit.
Nothing's around you, just two massive, soulless eyes staring back at you, waiting impatiently for a decision.
I don't need you. I don't need you.
On the contrary, you've needed me for the last 4 years. Who decided to move you on when you were dawdling in that backwater town? You need me to hold your hand every step of the way. And I only speak to you now because I need something. Choose! As you start to stammer and hesitate, the bonds around your feet and your arms constrict, not hurting you, but he is very impatient.
If I take your help, will you leave?
When I am good and ready, little one. But I still require more from you. But rest assured, my help shall prove more than sufficient.
I don't want these gifts he's offering, but we're in the middle of a shit sandwich right now.
Yep. Best time to make Sophie's choice, eh?
You do what you will now. I'll be rid of you.
before you even confirm your response, you feel the smile through the abyss, as if you already knew exactly what you were about to say. And with that, the eyes fade away, and you return to reality. You don't feel any different. Nothing's changed. But the noise doesn't bother you anymore. Well, at least it doesn't hurt. Okay, and with that, we return to this scene. So, back in here, these guys are now starting to move forward. So, do you guys do anything before they start to move in?
I want to look to everyone and simply say, move. And then I'm going to start moving away.
Okay. So, I'm going to say that these guys here in the time, so where are you going to move to? Just show me.
I think it was about the 30 foot, was it?
For 30 foot? Okay, I'm just going to... You guys just move. I'm going to allow you to move 30 feet, and then I'm going to move these guys likewise. So I'm just going to move them now whilst you guys are moving up. And these guys are going to also move 30 feet. Okay, so these two guys have now seen you. So as you guys run sort of forward, you actually hear some noise coming from ahead of you, as in the direction that you came in from. It sounds like a rabble of wild creatures. Gwen, you know, one of the cries sounds familiar to you in a rather comforting way. As you guys get to where you are, you see what Gwen recognizes to be Lyre and Grumsh, flanked by 3 orcs on each side.
Help is coming.
So they just run up and they see this scenario playing out. They see the 2 kobolds behind you. I don't think they can quite see these guys over here, but you just hear Lyre say, it looks like you're in over your head. Do you always cause this much trouble? As she looks playfully over to Gwen. And
If I can.
And Grumph just says, "Oh yes, finally, a real fight!"
Rocket.
And Lyre just says, "Don't rush in, darling." And then she narrows her eyes. "Otherwise, there won't be enough for me. You lot, surround and support our allies." And the orcs start to move forward. However, as the orcs start to move, once again, Delamain, so you feel something odd come over you this time. But reality doesn't shift. But you feel your right hand raise on its own. And you start to point it towards the direction of Lyre and Grumsh. In the next moment, your mouth opens, and an unfamiliar voice speaks from it. "Ah, there you are, traitors!" And with that, a white misty tendril explodes from your hand and starts moving towards Lyre. Do you guys do anything?
Can I try to run him over?
What were you
Run
trying-
Delman over?
Yeah. You can. So what are you doing exactly?
like basically trying to move him so he isn't pointing at her. Like,
Are you trying to like
know.
push him or?
Yeah, push him
Okay.
out of the way so he's pointing at the cave wall or at the enemies or whatever.
Okay, so Gwen,
Just not other allies.
roll a. I want you to roll a strength check, please, Gwen. Right, okay, so as the white misty tendril extends from Delman's hand, you manage to shove him to the side. Delman, make a wisdom save.
Is this a magical effect? Because I have advantage on saves against those.
Yeah. You know what? Considering that that's the case for you, I'm going to say that Gwen's strength check is going to give you +2 to the save, on top of your advantage.
Ooh.
Just to help you out a bit. Very
So
good job, you had
19.
advantage. Yeah. Okay, so as this happened, the white misty tendril kind of like recedes and goes back towards your hand. And out loud, you just say, "What are you doing? You take my help and then refuse me? Do you want to die here, host?" Fully aware that he is speaking towards you. And then you feel yourself stand up, and Delman, you run over to this spot here, and you look down the ridge, and you see the Korean spiritualist up down here, and once again the voice just goes, "He will do." And the white misty tendril extends once again, and you're surprised how far it can go. It wraps around the form of the spiritualist, and he struggles for a brief moment before his body flash freezes, and then a couple of seconds after, his form shatters. And as this happens, his form is absorbed into the ice stream, and his essence is sucked back into your hand. You then extend your other hand and towards the rest of your party members, and they are covered in a cold white veil. As this happens to you all, you feel immense magical power. Even those of you who can't usually sense magic feel almost claustrophobic in the presence of this magical force. Okay, so now I want each player, including Delman, to roll a 1d4 -2.
Is this how many of my party members I kill?
No, not that cruel. Okay, so okay.
Oh, actually, I need to do it for Zark actually as well. Sorry.
Yeah. Yeah, to be honest, for Zark, it doesn't actually matter, and I'll explain why in just a moment. Okay, so apart from feeling uncomfortable in the presence of this energy, something is slightly revitalized in you. You each all gain one spell slot, one level 1 spell slot, to be specific.
No.
Yeah, if
Options.
unfortunately, if you were looking for level 2, yeah, unfortunately, you're not going to get that. Yeah, suffice it to say, this guy is dead.
I had a rest.
I'm just going to mark him as such. Okay.
That ice form shout.
Also, each of you roll 1d6.
Should I do Zark as well? No. The end. Zark got 6.
Okay, so let me just see what you got. So
Is this
what?
how many levels we get?
Oh, I'm not. I mean, God, if that was it, that's like it was worth taking the devil's deal. God. This is how much HP you gain from this. So I'm going to go ahead and add that back to each of you.
Ooh,
So you rolled a 6, did you, Alf?
I did.
Arthur rolled 4. Pema rolled 5. Sky rolled 3. What did Zach roll?
6, so he's max health.
Yep. So, yeah, you'll gain a nice boost from that. So, as soon as you are finished with this act, Delman, you feel the strange feeling subsides, and you regain full control of your faculties. Unfortunately, we're now next to 2 Kobold Dragon Shields.
I'm still. I'm gonna try and quickly regain control of this, and I'm gonna turn to these two, and I'm gonna shout in Draconic, "Stand down."
To these 2?
Yeah.
I'm going to give you advantage considering the display just put on. Are you trying to intimidate them?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, I'm going to give you advantage on intimidation just considering what just happened.
Stand down, you lowly scum! Yeah, what's up?
That will do it. Okay, so these kobolds, for a moment, look at you, and yeah, they just completely lose their nerve, and they run back into this room here. I'd say that they scream so much that they even take these 2 bats with them. Just kind of follow them back in. So I'm going to say in the meantime, I'm going to say that these guys have moved up a little bit as well. Just because I'd say that this took place over roughly about 20-30 seconds. So, yeah. These guys aren't joining the fight just yet, but these guys are literally about to get to you. So, Lion and Grumsh look a little bit flawed. They look to each other, and make a perception check, one of you. Blaine, you notice, and okay, I guess I'll let you both notice. You look over to Laya and Grumsh, and they just look like they've seen a ghost. So, just after this display, the orcs that Lion Grumsh were commanded have just stopped in their tracks, and they kind of look back to their leaders quizzically. And Laya just goes, "What are you standing there for? Move forward! Our allies need us!" And with that, the orcs break ranks, and they just move to form a line like this. Okay, I'm going to say, guys, that you have roughly another 10 seconds or so, so 1 action each before these guys catch up with you. So do you do anything?
The bad mushroom spores, are there any close to me? Like the poisonous ones?
Roll perception. You're not. Nah.
I'm too
Not
busy just looking intimidating.
Yeah. I mean, you were pretty intimidating up until roughly about 5 seconds ago.
Am I able to move up and fire my crossbow? Or only able to move up?
What was that, sorry, Doom?
Am I able to move up and fire my crossbow, or only move up?
As I say, 1 action. So I'm going to say either move up or either shoot.
In that case, I would have my mace drawn and run up besides Delman. Get back behind everyone now! And that's just all my action will be.
Fair enough. Just gonna this guy. Okay. Anyone else want to act before?
Casting Shillelagh. It's a bonus. I could do it on the next turn. Doesn't matter.
That's fine. That's fine. Okay. Because Zach's not here, Arthur, do you want Zach to do anything?
What would Zark do?
Do you really need to ask that question?
Yeah.
I think Zark will probably look around and go, Zark hit.
But not move anywhere.
Yeah, it's given he's not too sure what all these orcs are, I think that would probably be what Zark would do. Maybe.
That's reasonable, yeah.
No hitting these orcs, Zark. These orcs are friends.
Oh.
These orcs are friends, not food. Sorry,
Okay.
the opportunity was there.
It's okay. Blaine, do you do anything?
No.
Okay, so I'm going to say, as you guys take this last action, these guys are going to climb up the last ridge. Actually, I'm going to do it in this order. So, yeah, like that. Okay, and combat shall begin.
Sorry, one question.
Yes, of course. What is it?
To the right and above me, or right and below the orc above me, there's a token I don't recognize. Sorry.
Sorry, which token are you talking about?
That one, yeah.
That's Liar's token.
Ah, okay.
Yeah,
Sorry.
yeah. You probably only saw it briefly in the canyon scene, but it's because I did describe her as a grey-skinned orc, but I suppose this might be the first time you're seeing the token up close. But yeah, that's supposed to be Liar. Okay, I'm just going to... Guys, Okay, I'm going to say that also Leosin is just going to briefly say, well, I don't suppose I can really let you all do the heavy lifting for any longer. I suppose I'm going to have to help here. Oh, this is going to be interesting. Okay. Okay, that is the turn order.
Halfway down it.
So, as you can see, the orcs and most of these guys are going to be moving in packs just to speed things up a little bit. So, Delman, you'll move first.
Okay.
Getting all the attention today.
Yeah. Alright, I'm gonna blow my last level 2 spot on the big boy in the middle. I'm gonna cast Snillock Snowball Swarm. It has a 5-foot radius, but I don't think anyone else is in 5 feet of him.
Let me just check for you. No, he's in 10, isn't he? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, unfortunate, but yeah, that's the way they're positioned.
That's fine.
I should have positioned them better.
Alright, it's a dex save for half damage, so I'll just roll the damage.
Okay, what does it need to be? Is it like a 12 or something?
12.
And it's a dex save, did you say? Let me just make sure I've got it. Okay. So it's +2 to dex. Okay. Fortunately, he does beat that.
Alright, it takes a big 5 damage.
Okay, so how is this attack described exactly? Is it just like a snowball, or?
It is a flurry of magical snowballs erupt from a point you choose within range.
So basically, you just pelt him with snowballs, and he looks quite amused by it at first, but then
one of the snowballs goes into his mouth and he swallows it, and there must have been something a little bit sharp in it, because that is what hurts him. So yeah, he's really. I mean, like, this guy looks tough, but you can tell just because he stood this close to him now that he's nowhere near his full strength. Okay, do you do anything else, Stillman?
I'm gonna turn to Arthur. It's up to you. And I'm gonna back off into the melee. I'll back off into the group.
Okay.
I would have no response to that.
It's just
kind of be thinking, fuck.
It's just more, I'm surrounded by idiots and cowards.
I weakened him for you.
Okay, so now...
I would like to rage, please.
No, you can't rage. I mean, yes, you can rage, but not you. Other you, who moves in like several turns.
It's all the personality.
Okay, so it's now Gwen's turn.
Yes, and I just took the liberty to move while we were having fun.
Okay, that's fair.
I just moved up next to Lyra.
Alright.
And instead of going for the big guy, I'm gonna go for the green and I'll use Produce Flame. Doesn't do much, but it has a 30-foot radius. I'm fairly sure I'm 30 feet away. Like, within 30 feet.
Yeah.
Does a 21 hit that green?
It does.
Everyone
this
damage
green,
now.
did you say?
Nice. The one on the right.
Yes,
The one
go
that's
on.
closest to me.
Yeah, go ahead. Okay, so the flames hit the queen. It kind of goes around its neck scarf. At first, it kind of laughs at you, but then the neck scarf catches fire, and it just kind of like looks uncomfortable, and it rips it off and stamps it out. But it left a nasty burn on its neck. Yeah, and that it looks like the straw that brought the camel's back. He basically looks like a zombie walking right now. So, do you do anything else?
Good enough for me. The potion we had.
Yes.
The kind of potion. Can I move that from my pack to the what's it called? The thingy pouch that I have for magical ingredients. I'm wearing that
your components
on my
pouch, you mean?
belt. Yeah. I'm moving that on my belt. So
How big is the component pouch?
is it? I don't know.
No, I'm just asking how large it actually is because I'm not sure. Because when I think of components, I'm thinking of like smaller objects. I'm not quite sure if you could fit a potion bottle in there necessarily.
There's no other components in there yet, so. But
Um,
there's things like tree bark, seeds, feathers, so it can be tiny. We're talking about a single potion bottle.
I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt and say that you can move it into there then, if you want to.
Yeah, I would like to have that so I can.
Yeah, I'm
retrieve
probably going to retcon it and say that the potion bottle's a bit smaller because honestly, I'm not sure how big it is. So we'll just do it this way for now before I can, and I'll try and confirm that later. Okay.
Might not use it, so
Yeah.
might be irrelevant. But for now, I would like to have it so I can reach it easily.
Okay. And do you do anything else with your turn, Gwen?
No, that's me for this round.
Okay. It's now Grumpf's turn. And Grumpf just smiles gleefully and just goes, Grumpf gets to smash things! And he is going to use his bonus action, which is aggressive. So that allows him... actually, no, he doesn't need to use aggressive because he should be able to reach his target. Yep, he should be able to reach it. He's going to go straight for the big boy. And he is going to make a great axe attack. I just need to check this thing's AC. Blah, blah, blah. Okay. Okay, so 21's going to hit. He actually gets multi-attack, so I'm going to roll his second attack now. Okay, so first attack hits, second one does not. So, he is... Okay, he actually gets something a bit extra here. So he's gonna do 1d12 plus 4. Then he does an extra d8 on top of that. So he is going to do 15 damage to this guy. So he just swings in and he just leaves a massive gash, sort of like a angled gash on the large Korean's chest, and yeah, that bloody hurt. So with that, he isn't going to do anything else at his turn. So now it's the big boy's turn. So the big boy is going to probably, given how dire situation is, he is just going to try and do a couple of great axe attacks. I'm just going to roll both. So he has that. So second one hits, and he hits for pardon that. So okay, got max damage. Nice. Ish. I don't know. Okay, so yeah, so he responds in kind. Just need to remember to do this. So he was down to this much, and okay, so yeah, he kind of gives Grumsh a blowback. It doesn't really hurt him very much, but you can tell that this knocked the wind out of Grumsh a little bit. He's been fighting for quite a long time, and I think battle fatigue is starting to catch up with him a little bit. Okay, and with that, it's now the turn of the three sort of so this pack of orcs here. So they're basically going to let me just say, I'm going to say that this one was actually here just so I could move them together. So these three are just going to move up to support Grumsh. And two of them are going to make a great attack. Actually, they're going to move up to one target each. So they're going to make an attack against this guy, and this guy, respectively. So let's grab that. So I'm just going to roll attacks one after another. Okay, so 17 will definitely hit him. 15 will not hit him. 25 will definitely hit him. Okay, so damage for the... I'm just going to roll damage for both of these guys. Okay, so... yeah, basically, these two just go, and it's almost like they practice this. They almost perfectly in unison take their great axes and they cleave the heads off both of these Korean. They are dead. And that will end their turn. Okay, so now it's the turn of the Scale Sorcerers here. Okay, so they are a bit braver than regular kobolds, but not that brave. This one, they don't have a climbing speed, I don't believe. Let me just double check.
Do they not fly?
They don't, actually. Surprisingly, they don't. They don't.
No?
No. I don't know why, but they don't.
I think actually for the token, they're kind of built wings, aren't they?
I'm not exactly sure.
I know winged kobolds are a thing.
Yeah, but they have no fly speed or any flying ability. It's a bit strange. I probably should have given them something, but they don't really have a climb speed either. So, with climb speed, I'm guessing it's just
terrain.
Yeah, it's going to be difficult terrain, so it's going to take like 20 feet of movement, but that should be fine. So he's just going to stab there, and this guy is going to, yeah, he'll be able to like basically move alongside. So both of these guys are going to attempt to. I think one of them is going to attack. I think they're just going to try and focus on the orcs in front of them. So they're both going to cast Firebolt. So that is 1d20 plus 4.
For a second, you just said fireball then.
No. I mean, if they could cast Fireball as a cantrip, you would be seeing these guys a lot more often. Or maybe not. That would probably be a TPK right there. So yeah, the first one's gonna hit. Oh, they got exactly the same roll. Neat. Okay, but meets and beats it for both. So it's 1d10 for that. Let me just change the dice. Is it 1d10? I think it's probably going to be.
It'd just be the flat 1d10.
Would it just be flat 1d10? I can't remember if you add the modifier. Okay. So 7 and 2. Okay, so they just do a firebolt each in front of this guy, and he takes 9 damage. So yeah, it's going to it catches him a little bit off guard. He isn't used to kobolds attacking him. He actually, the orc actually looks a little bit confused, and he exclaims as he says, "Hey, you guys friendly, right?" And yeah, that's going to end their turn. Okay, so now it is Arthur's turn.
Alright, I'm gonna run straight into the thick of it. Gonna run my guy right up there. I'm gonna make an attack swing against the big one.
Go ahead.
16?
Let me just check. I do believe Misa beats it.
Yes. 6 damage. 6 bump damage.
So, this guy, you just interrupt Grumpsh's and this guy's epic battle, and you just basically bonk him on the nose with your mace. And that is enough. You just basically cave this creature's face in, and dies.
I would just kind of be holding my mace there for a second. Just. What?
Grumpsh looks towards you as you do this, Arthur, and he just goes, "Hey! That was Grumpsh's kill, imp!"
That one counts as mine.
I got the final stroke.
You just go, "I
get
saw it
XP.
first!" And yeah, you guys just decide to bicker amongst yourselves.
May I turn to Leah? Is he always like that?
He's never been any different, dear.
Guys.
Should have been quicker.
Okay, just making sure that these guys are knocked out on here. So it is now Zach's turn.
Sark's hit.
Yeah, I hadn't taken my turn.
Oh, sorry. I'm
Oops.
so sorry. I forgot. Right. For some reason, I thought you said ended your turn, but nah, I apologize. Go ahead.
Whilst I'm in the middle of arguing, Rex, Robert, bite them.
Oh yeah, I forgot you got Robert with you.
Rex.
Sorry, I forgot about him. Admittedly.
Robert's going to come charging in. And he's going to bite at one of the kobolds.
You're just going to attack the nearest one, presumably. Okay.
Yep.
Yep. Go on. Yep. That's going to hit.
D8 plus 2. 9 chop damage.
Right. So basically, Robert just clamps itself to one of the kobold's wings, and just for a moment, there's kind of a tug of war between them, before Robert just rips the wing off and tosses it to the side. And yeah, he's losing a lot of blood.
I'll turn to Arthur. So they were real. Sorry, not Arthur, Blaine.
I guess so.
We're back here like Statler and fucking Waldorf commentating on this fight.
Okay, so I'm just going to make a note there. Right, so is there anything else for your turn?
Nope, that's me now.
Yeah, sorry again, Arthur.
Just continuing to argue.
Okay, fair enough. It's now Zach's turn.
Well, Zark will be very annoyed at the fact that all the fighting is nearly done. He probably just charge straight into the nearest one, go behind it, and swing at it.
The one that Robert attacked?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead. What was that?
Actually, no, he won't. He'll go for the other one, actually. He wants his own target.
Fair enough. Roll to hit.
Oh, I can't roll, can I? Right, I gotta do a custom roll for these +7.
Unfortunately, that does miss, just about.
Zark don't like. And my turn.
It
I
would,
end his turn.
it would mock you, but it's currently terrified. it's really not good. So now, it is Leoson's turn for the first time, because he doesn't do anything.
What?
Oh no.
Here we go.
Leoson, you know what? No, I'm not going to do that. Okay, so Leoson just kind of looks around the battlefield, and he just wonders, okay, where do I go? And he just goes, okay, so if I just, carry the 4, look at the 2, and he's just mumbling under his breath as he's running along in combat, and everyone's just kind of looking at him, just thinking, what are you doing? And he just goes up to the sky, just kicks the body out of the way. Oh, ew, it's dead. Ew. Okay, so I believe I put it. And the kobold just looks up to us, just, you know, attack me. Just stop messing about. So Leoson he doesn't say this in common. He says it in Draconic, but you can understand him. So, Leoson is going to just concentrate his mind, and he is going to try and punch the kobold. And he does miss, and he just goes, oh, damn it! Oh, sorry, I said to swear. Okay, I can, and yeah, he's going to, and then he just goes, okay, concentrate, okay, channel the flow, and Leoson uses a key point to use Flurry of Blows as a bonus action. That also misses. Okay, he has one more.
Wow.
So he kind of it's almost like for the moment he goes into triple arm form, and the kobold just realize, and then he just kind of only punches with one of them. It's like, oh, I was supposed to do it with all 3 of those. That doesn't actually happen, but yeah, Leoson just looks. He just kind of looks over to Arthur, and he just goes, sorry?
I'd just be looking at him in disbelief, and then going back to their arguments.
Okay, and with that, it's Blaine's turn.
I gonna move up a little bit.
Uh-huh.
And then I gonna get my longbow out and shoot this one.
Sorry, I was just making a note. Which one are you shooting?
That one.
Yeah, go ahead. That hits. Yeah. Okay,
Late.
so yeah, you strike him in the wound where his wing used to be. And he just falls over into Leoson's arms. You're just like, oh, get away from me! He just kind of pushes it forwards. And yeah, he's dead.
Right. I end my turn.
Just to say, how about Max, Blaine?
I just say keep close to me.
Okay, normally I wouldn't remind you, but I just wanted to make sure.
Yeah, I know, but
okay. So I take it that's it for your turn.
yes.
Okay, it's now Lia's turn. So, Lia is just going to look around the battlefield, and she just says to Gwen, are any of you particularly injured right now?
I believe Blaine took some hurt.
I see. So, I'm just going to...
The shooter.
What was that? Sorry, Gwen.
Explaining to her, like pointing and saying the shooter, the one who just shot.
Right. Okay.
Like, that she
So
knows
with
it.
that, Lyra is going to move over towards you, Blaine. Let me just quickly grab her. Yeah, she can move. So she's just going to move over to Blaine, and she's just going to say to you, Blaine, hold still for a moment. This shouldn't hurt. And she's going to cast Cure Wounds on you. From a level 1 slot. So, I'm just going to roll a d8. Oops. Okay. Oh, nice.
Yeah.
So,
Nice.
you gain 8 health. Okay. And, yeah, I'm just going to make sure she doesn't have it. Okay. So, let me just say. So, yeah, I think she's just going to stay back herself, so she's going to end her turn there. And it is now the turn of these. Oops, Daisy, you need to get to the screen. These 3 orcs here. So, seeing that these guys are in hand, they are aware of the other 2 guys, so they're going to start moving towards this direction just to intercept them when they start to move up. Whoops, didn't mean to do that. Just see how far they can move. So, yeah, I'm just going to say that they're going to form a line here. Just so they can intercept. It's our next turn order. Okay, so top of the turn order, a couple of things happen now. The veteran and the kobolds from up here are going to move down. So they're going to move 30 feet each. So they're going to basically get down to about here. And you hear sort of the human voice again off to the side. What are you doing? Move forward and engage them! That is an order! And with that, you hear the 2 dragon shields who were running away run back forwards and are now facing off against the 3 orcs here. So I'm just going to go ahead and add them to the initiative. So, order, so I'm going to add. Okay, got the dragon shields in. Okay, so what are the dragon shields? Okay, just going to give you the updated turn order just so you can see where they're moving in there. Basically, they've just been inserted. Okay, so with that, we're back up to Delman's turn.
Alright, everything's dead on this side, right?
Where are you? So basically, only this kobold is alive. Somehow.
But likely you can't see him because he's behind it.
I mean, yeah, I've got.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, you might be able to see him over Arthur. He isn't particularly tall, but then the kobold is probably about the same height.
Again, Delman's shorter than me.
And
Yeah,
yeah, it doesn't.
considerably.
Ours is normal sized.
I mean, technically, you could probably see him through his legs at the
Yeah.
scaly foot, but yeah, let's just say that yeah, you won't be able to attack him. I think is basically sort of the pertinent information, but you might be aware that they're fighting something.
Alright, I'm just gonna move up to this wall. And just skip my turn, I guess. There's nothing I can really do from here.
Very good. It's now Gwen's turn.
I will also use my movement in that direction.
Mm-hmm.
this point, I should have clear range to the guy I'm trying to ping.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Good. In that case, I'm trying to do the same again. Use a fireball on him.
Fireball.
Produce
I
flame.
was about to say what?
No, throw fire at him.
I mean, that is still a thing you can do. So go ahead. I'm just gonna move him up so these.
Or maybe even throw it past him.
Let me just check. Yeah, unfortunately, the flames actually just catch the guy's shield and they just disperse as soon as they make contact. Unfortunately, the shield is not flammable. Okay, do you do anything else, Gwen?
I end my turn. Or actually, can I move? No, I
You
use
can move.
6 of my movement.
I mean, unless you used up all of your movement together, you can.
I think I used all of my movement.
Yeah, if you use all your movement, you can't move anymore. But...
Doesn't matter.
Okay. It's now Grumpsh's turn once again. So Grumpsh, still salty that Arthur stole his kill, looks slightly to the left, and he just looks down, licking his lips at the poor kobold just stood there, who just seems to be sort of pursing his hands, knowing that the end of his life is probably going to occur in just a few moments, and doesn't quite know which dragon god to pray to, but none of them are likely going to help him as he makes his attack. Okay, unfortunately for the kobold, 17 does hit. 4 and this. So 9, 10. Okay, so yeah. The kobold is just basically... Yeah, he's just cut down the middle by Grumpsh. He got a little bit too excited with that swing and he put too much of his back into it. So yeah, he's dead. So Grumpsh then is just going to turn to Arthur and then shout to the orcs, "What are we waiting for? There's more over this way!" And he is going to then, he doesn't know the exact location of his enemies because there's too many people in the way, but he is going to just use his movement to get over to about here. Okay, and now it's the turn of these 3 orcs, so they're just going to follow Grumpsh's lead, and they are also going to move, so... Yeah, unfortunately, not all of... They're just going to... Can this one get anyone? I think they're basically just going to... They're all just going to move up and they're going to charge into this room on their next turn now. Their leader is around them. They're not very independent, unfortunately. Okay, so I think both of these guys dead at this point, so I'm just going to take them off. Okay, it's now Arthur's turn.
Right. And in that case, I'm going to run, and I'm going to run straight in front of the orcs, try and get straight in front of the fight. And I'm going to make a swing straight at the first guy. Yeah.
Go ahead, make your roll to hit. Okay, what did you get?
18.
Yep, that hits.
8 damage.
8 damage. Okay, so you just go to this guy, and it seems at first as this shield is going to block your attack, but your mace kind of just slides along it, moving it back, and you just backhand him in the face with the mace.
Yeah. Back mace in the face.
Yeah. Yeah, so he isn't too particularly happy about that. Anything else, Arthur?
Can Robert move into this square here to move through it?
Sorry, can I... What did you say?
Can you move into this square here to move through it?
Yeah, I'm going to say as long as he doesn't end their turn, sort of
He's
like...
going to move to that.
Yeah. As long as he doesn't end his turn, sort of like either in the wall or in a token, that's fine.
In which case, Robert rend! Arr.
Okay, roll to
Yeah, I
hit.
went to go for the character sheet just then, I forgot. No, he's not got a character sheet.
Okay.
Damn it.
Unfortunately, as he moves back from your first attack, his shield is just in the right position to intercept Robert, and he just can't. Like, he basically is just stopped in his tracks by that.
Yeah, that's the end of my turn then.
Okay, it is now Zark's turn.
Zark, what a hit! I guess Zach's going to move up to the first available space he can. And
There's a party, isn't it?
he's going to just stomp his feet because he can't move anymore. End of his turn.
Leave some for Zark!
It's like when you're in a crowded area and you're trying to go fast and people in front of you just walking slow. It's like, come on.
Lyra just, at this point, just says to herself, they should just go single file. They do
You know
this
what?
every time.
Zark's going to hump and he's going to throw a hand axe over off his shoulder.
Fair enough. Actually, how tall...
Zark is about
uh,
5 foot-ish.
Yeah, Zark's quite tall, isn't he? So I'd probably say he'd be able to get over you. Yeah, well,
I assume a 26 will hit.
yeah. Yeah,
That's a bonus for
just
Zark.
a bit.
That's d6 plus 6, because it's the magical one he's just thrown. Nice damage.
I'd say. So, yeah, the Dragon Shield's still looking happy at himself. Because he was blocking Robert's last attack, he left himself exposed, kind of on his side, and the hand axe just strikes him in the chest and actually gets embedded into there. So, yeah, he isn't... Yeah, just axed him, bro. What the hell?
Zark, hit things! End of his turn.
The kobold remains unimpressed. Okay, speaking of remaining unimpressed, it's now Leoson's turn. Okay, so Leoson is just going
That's why we need the wall of bodies.
So Leoson is just going to go for okay, excuse me, please, sorry, get out of my way. Okay, very kind, thank you. Oh, sorry, I touched something there that I shouldn't have. Oh, okay. Right. Okay, I'm here. Oh, I'm here. Oh no. Oh no. And he looks towards the one that Robert's damaged, and he just thinks, good, he's distracted, I could probably punch him. Leoson tries to punch him. Leoson punches him.
Wow.
Leoson does 6 damage. So Leoson just basically sucker punches the kobold in the face, and then he just goes, "Hey, I'm getting good at this. Okay, let's try to channel the force once again." And he uses another key point to try and do another flurry of blows on the same target, and once again he hits.
This guy's such a fucking geek.
He's a scholar. Of course he is. So, again, like, the kobold just looks in complete disbelief that this scrawny sort of elf is just punching his lights out, and he kind of uppercuts him and then he just punches him once in the face, and it's actually enough to kill him. Just about. And he just goes, whoa! Okay, probably not the best time, and, like, he then just realizes another guy there, and he just tries to use a second punch on him. Kind of like throwing his arms up in the air and then just trying to move his right arm down to punch this kobold in the face.
Weren't they shield guys?
What was it, sorry? They are shield guys, but...
Oh, they are kobold shield guys. Okay.
The kobold shield guys, yeah. But, yeah, they're not doing really well with them. I'm guessing no one's showing them how to use them properly. Wow, okay. 21. So, yeah, he does another 6 damage. And, yeah, he doesn't know how he's doing this, but he's feeling pretty great. Okay, Leoson ends his turn. unfortunately for Leosin, it's now the Dragon Shield's turn. Who, let me just see, okay, so he does get, let me just check, you know what, he's very lucky that he killed him, because I'm pretty sure he gets pack tactics normally. So, but unfortunately he also gets multi-attack. So he's going to attack him with... Okay, so yeah, he's going to be doing this
So much for
one-handed
saving this
because
goalie.
he's... Okay, so 18, yep, is going to hit Leosin. I'm going to just roll for both of his attacks, so then... 6 does not hit Leosin. He isn't that squishy. Well, I mean, he's not exactly beefy, but you know what I mean. Okay, so... Okay, that could have been a lot worse. Leosin takes 3 damage, so... Yeah, he kind of... Fortunately, he manages to just kind of like sidestep out of the way, and he just kind of catches him on the leg and just goes, ah, ah, ah. He isn't used to combat. Okay, it's Blade's turn.
I see that there are too many guys in front of me, so I just thank Leah for healing me. And then move up to Gwen and Delaman.
Yeah, Lyra will just acknowledge your your acknowledgement with a nod. Not acknowledge your acknowledgement. Wow, great English. Okay, so you're going to move up, did you say?
Yes.
Okay.
And I end my turn.
Alright. So now it is Lyra's turn once again. So let's see what she can do here. Okay, so she is going to... Let's see, how far can she actually move this turn? Unfortunately, yeah, this is getting a smidge congested. She can actually get into the fray just about. And she is going to attack. She basically just kind of like her hands are clenched, and then she just releases it to reveal some really sharp claws. And she is going to attempt to attack. It's going to come up as a different name here because I didn't make a sheet for Lyra just yet. But yeah, so she's going. She also gets multi-attacks. I'm just going to roll both of her rolls. Okay, so actually, let me just double check. Yeah, beats it for the second attack. For 8 damage. Okay, so she swings in at the Kobold Dragon Shield. He manages to parry the first attack. Unfortunately, the force of Lyra's first attack leaves him exposed to be struck by the second, and she just claws him across the face. Okay, and with that, it is now the turn of one of the band of 3 orcs. So the orcs, realizing the monumental strategic error in congesting the hallway, making it very difficult for anyone else to move, are going to graciously move aside so other people can, well, move. They're actually going to run into the room, and they're going to gang up on this guy here. So this one is the third one's here. Okay. So yeah, they're all going to make an attack against this guy once each. So let's do their rolls. Okay, so unfortunately only one of those hit, but the one that does hit is a crit. So let's roll damage dice for one of them. And then we get another damage dice on top of that with no modifiers, so just 12. So he does 9 damage to this guy. So yeah, this veteran wasn't really expecting a fight, much less a fight with a small army of orcs. So yeah, he's occupied right now. Okay, so top of the turn order, I'm going to add the kobolds here and also the veteran into the initiative because they're
being drawn into the battle now. So, these two, add them in. Okay, just going to show the updated order. Okay. So, yeah, it's now Delman's turn.
I'm going to continue to just slump against this wall. I'm in a bit of shock.
You've just had enough of today, I think.
Yeah.
Today's
I can see that they've got the battle in hand. I'm going to slump here.
enough. It is now Gwen's turn.
Something that, well, my battle strength isn't that good, and there's a lot of guys that actually want to hit things. I'd like to move over to the Dragon Claw, the Bloodletter, like the big green.
The one that's dead over here.
Yeah, the dead body.
Yeah, just making sure that that's what you meant. Okay.
And I would like to have a closer look at what he is. Like, we thought he might be a somewhat altered green. He looks like green, but bigger, something like that.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to... I'm just trying to think what chat this would be.
See if I can see anything.
Maybe some sort... Well, I mean, considering it's kind of like maybe trying to discern his... like something biological, maybe this would be medicine?
Kind of seeing if he's, basically drugged, altered somewhere.
Yeah.
Medicine.
Roll medicine or arcana.
Like, I'm not looking for how he died. I
know.
He got punched.
Yeah, I'm just because it's like genetic modification. I'm just trying to think
how
of
he's modified.
You know what? Let's just say arcana to make matters simple, because that kind of covers both, because it was probably altered by magical means. Okay, so looking at this guy, yes, something has definitely been. This creature has definitely been altered in some way, but no, not exactly what you're looking for. It seems that you sense that this creature, when something activates in him as a response to rage that might allow him to sort of ignore pain for a short time, but nothing like the regeneration factor that this potion is meant to counter. Are you trying to discern anything more specific with your 21?
Well, kind of trying to see if this was in fact a green. The normal green originally that is altered, so
yeah, it was
definitely started as a base green and someone did something on it.
Yes, yeah, this green is definitely different from the green, but you can tell that the the foundation of this creature was a green, but whether and you can tell that it's been modified in some way, but whether its appearance is a result of that tampering or whether it was just like a larger built green that was given an extra ability, you can't quite discern, because you've not really seen that many green. You don't know if there might be other species. Probably something that Arthur might know if you were to ask him. But yeah, you can tell that he's been modified in some way, but whether that is kind of accounting for his physical appearance as well as his ability to ignore pain, you don't know whether there's a correlation between those two.
Okay.
Without more information.
He's the green on steroids.
Yeah, I mean, that's about as good as you're going to get with 21. Your intuition is good, but you just don't have enough information about the race to be 100% certain.
No, my main point was to find out if this was originally a green or if this is something else as a base.
Yeah,
so
and it was originally one. Yeah.
It was originally green.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
So now it is Grumpsh's turn. And
before this happens, can I quickly interject?
Yeah, I know you need to go, so...
Doom just brought up a good point. If I'm just going to slump against the wall here for the rest of the combat, I might as well
I did see the
out
message
now while I can.
in Discord, so I assume you're going to interject. Okay, so I'm just going to assume for the rest of the battle that Delman is going to slump. I'm not going to probably go loads longer after you leave, but yeah, there's still a little bit of combat tension, so I'm just going to assume that you're going to slump for your remaining action, so you get half health if you need to.
Alright, thanks. Sorry for leaving in the middle again, guys.
No, don't worry about it. It's fine.
Work comes first. So,
Unfortunately, but
Sadly.
it does.
Have
have
fun.
a good one.
See you guys.
Cheers.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Okay, that unfortunately has messed up the cameras a little bit. I will probably just leave them for now because I don't think we're going to be going for too much longer. Okay, so yeah, as I was about to say, it is Grumpsh's turn, so he is going to move up to this guy. And once again, like the last kobold, he's just going to look towards the kobold and then look towards Lyra, who is just shaking her head, just getting excited over small fries, and he's going to attack. Okay, yep, 17 is going to hit. Oh, did that confirm? Oh, we didn't roll the other one. Yeah, so I'm going to say that, considering how heavy that hit was, he just slashes the arm that the dragon, like the dragon shield's shield arm, he's just sliced it off. So his arm and shield arm is on the floor. So I'm going to say he's now got a -2 to AC. Which I don't think is going to matter so much because he's going to attack him again. But just in case, never mind. Yeah, with that -2 to AC, he's probably as good as dead. Yeah. Like, he just slashes off one of his arms and then he just slashes off the other arm as well for good measure. And he's dead.
Come on.
Yeah. He's a mean boy, is Grumsh. So
Finally, a kill for Grumsh.
yeah, finally a kill for Grumsh. Okay, I think Grumsh probably can't move that much, but I'm just going to say he moves next to Leosin and he's going to end his turn now. Okay, so it's now the turn of these two guys here. Seeing what you assume to be their commander in trouble, they are going to probably back up a little bit because they don't want to get directly into the fray. And yeah, I think they're going to put themselves like this, so they've got line of sight on one of the orcs over here, and they are just going to roll to hit him. Let me just get the roll from earlier. Okay, neither of those hit because they are scaredy boys, or they're just bad shots. Or potentially both. Anyway, it's the orc's turn.
F1M, you roll the d10.
What was that, sorry? Oh, did
Roll
I
the
roll a
D10.
d10 for... Oh, wait, I don't know why I did that. I clicked on the same one twice, weird. Guessing it was just a dirt second roll. Thank you for noticing that.
Okie dokie.
Okay. Yeah, would you mind if I take that roll?
Nice reroll. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I mean, I rolled d20 plus 4. For some reason, it rolled d10 for the second roll. Okay, so one of them kind of thinks he's about to miss, but then remembers, oh wait, I just aim first, and then he manages to hit him. Okay, and then we get the 1d10. There we go. Really? Okay. So, yeah. Manages to do 7 damage to him, so... Yeah, the orc kind of grimaces in pain, but yeah, he felt that, but he is still... He's going to keep on trucking for the time being, even though there are no such things as trucks in this universe. Okay, so it's now the turn of these 3 orcs back here. So, they are going to... I think they're just going to move... Let me just see how far they can move, so... So, yeah, I'm just going to say that the orcs are going to move. Thank you for holding that in place for me. So I think I'm going to probably move them up to about this spot. I think that's about the average of their movement. So they can't really do much else this turn. It is now Arthur's turn.
Right, seeing the Orc Chieftain get ahead of me and get another kill, I'm going to charge straight in. I'm going to go straight for the biggest guy there.
Is this now a competition?
Yes. This is now a competition.
It's not
And
just
we're going right
now.
around the other side, and I'm going to swing at the veteran.
Okay.
Yeah.
19
19
yep,
hits.
19 will hit. For 9. Nice.
Yep.
Okay, so yeah, considering that he's already fighting 3 guys, I mean, obviously, no advantage of surprise, but you do blindside him with that attack. So yeah, you just kind of like strike him in the back. He might have cracked a rib, but yeah, this guy has been in more than one fight, so he's still doing all right for now. Do you do anything else?
Robert's going to run around, and he's going to bite him.
Go ahead.
Ah, that makes 7 hits, is it?
Okay, so nope, unfortunately that is a miss, just about, but it's a miss.
Oh, because it gets the end of my turn then.
As they head into turn, okay, it is now Zach's turn. He can't quite get in range.
Oh, he can. Actually,
he
he can get the...
Oh, right, nice.
Zark's going to run up, and on the way, he's going to pick up his +1 hand axe from the chest of that. Boy.
Yeah, because I mentioned it was embedded in there. Yeah, that's fine to do as an interaction.
And then he's going to swing in with his great axe at this guy.
Go
7 to
ahead.
hit.
I am going to say, by the way, that the
Yeah.
bats, you can move into the same space as them. They're kind of above the battlefield, just for future reference. I haven't really done much with them right now. Just
Is that got a nat 1?
That's unfortunate. Okay, so I'm going to say that what actually happens in this moment is that as Zark goes to swing in, the bats kind of are just like, they're not going to hurt him or anything like that, but they kind of, like, the squeaking distracts him, and he kind of lets go of the axe prematurely, and it just flies in the direction of Robert. Robert, make a dex save.
Let me just check something for this then. Dex is +1. It's just +1, damn it. Fuck.
Oh no! So Robert, in anticipation of the great axe coming towards him, instead of backing up, somehow like trips on the rock and it lurches him forward, so he actually gains momentum going into the great axe as it's being hurled towards him. So I was going to say roll half damage, but considering that, just roll the d12 flat, no modifier.
6.
Okay,
6.
he's going to take 6 damage. And yeah, the great axe it doesn't embed itself in Robert, fortunately, it just kind of falls to the feet of this orc here.
Stupid robo doggy. Huh?
Okay.
And that's end turn.
That's unfortunate. It's now Leoson's turn, which is probably... Well, actually, no, you did alright last time, so let's see. So... Leoson is going to... You know what, first of all, let me just check. He's going to... Let me see if he's actually got this proficiency. He does actually, he has +4. Okay, as an interaction, I'm going to have Leoson roll Perception, just to look for something. Okay, yep, he isn't going to be able to do that. Unfortunately, he was looking for a small rock to throw, and he is going to move. So, as I mentioned, you can move in the same space as the bats because the bats are above the battlefield, but that will... I'm just going to move him there. He's going to do something at the end of his turn because he entered the space in one. So, he is going to try and punch the veteran because physical attacks have worked really well against him so far. Okay, yeah, not so. Leoson, feeling deflated, he channels the good key vibes once again to do his unarmed strike 2 more times. And he hits both times. So for 13. So, yeah, the veteran, sort of after dodging his first punch, just starts to say, unrefined technique, you should have taken that, as he gets uppercutted by Leosin and then punched in the stomach. It hurts him more than he anticipated, and he just remarks while spitting up a bit of like, lucky shot, you son of a... And at the end of Leosin's turn. Okay, so, yeah, they're actually dead at this point, so I'll just knock them off. Okay, just bring that up again. So, yep, it's now Blaine's turn.
Is Delamain still there?
Delamain's, well, in body, yes, in spirit, no, but he is still there. Physically.
Alright.
But only physically.
I cannot just move up a little bit to look into the battlefield. And then seeing that the fight is almost over, I just go back and protect Delamain.
Okay, is that how you're going to spend your turn, Blaine?
Yes. And I order Max to protect him too. So Max is just gonna lay next to him.
Okay, I'm going to say that... Right, so it's now Lias... Oops, daisy, I did not mean to do that.
So I had my turn.
Oh, so you end your turn, okay.
Yep.
So now it's Lias' turn, just because she's kind of in Delamain's line of sight, I'm just going to see whether she can see. I'm just going to check if she's got proficiency in perception. She does not, unfortunately, so she's just going to roll a flat d20 to see if she notices him. She's about as perceptive as Leosin, apparently. Okay, so in that case, she's just going to stand alongside Grum. She isn't going to really do anything herself this turn because the rest of the orcs have in the hand, and she's probably waiting to support somebody. Okay, so now it's the turn of these. So these packs of orcs right next to the veteran. So they're once again going to try and swing in to hit with their great axes. Okay, so it's exactly the same as last time. 2 of them miss, 1 of them crits. Okay, so the guy who crits is going to do this, plus another 12. Oh, nice. Okay, so that is going to do 21 damage to him. So, yeah, after being uppercut by Leosin, he's too fixated on this scrawny upstart to notice the 3 orcs behind him are still a thing, and he manages to just about get out of the way of 2 of them, but the 3rd one slashes him down the back, and he, like, his stoicism is all for naught because he screams out in pain and looks like he's about, well, looks like he's about to pass out. Okay, it's now the veteran's turn. So, yeah, knowing that he is absolutely screwed, he looks around his quarry and just tries to figure out if there's any way he can go out of it. And he's going to attempt to attack these 2 orcs once each. I suppose it depends on if he hits the first one, so... Oh, I for some reason don't have the veteran's page open anymore. I must have knocked it shut by accident. Let me just get that back. I suppose I didn't open it because he wasn't fighting yet. Wants to try and keep my tabs clean. Okay, so he's actually going to attack 2-handed this time because he is, yeah, he's really not doing too well. So first attack, 13 meets it, beats it, and he's going to roll. He's going to use his long sword, 2-handed, for 10. And unfortunately, that is enough to kill one of the 3 orcs in this party. And then he is going to attack the second one in the same way. For 11, unfortunately, that does not hit. seeing that his last-ditch attempt has failed him, he kind of just takes an exhale and seemingly resigns himself to his fate. And with that, it is now the turn of Delman, who is currently just slumped against the wall, so it's now Gwen's turn.
I will move back over to Delman and use first level spell first level cure wounds.
So cure. Okay. So let me just get Delman's health up. Okay, so Delman at this moment just looks completely out of it, as if like someone tried to tear his soul out of his body. So he kind of looks up at you, Gwen, but his stare is just vapid. But he does smile gently as the yellow energy radiates through his form, revitalizing him. Okay, do you do anything else, Gwen?
Was that I end my turn? Also shielding him with Blaine and Max.
Okay, so with that, it is now Grumpsh's turn. So Grumpsh kind of just is looking around and he just thinks, can't let that imp beat me! And he is going to just look around for a few moments. He seems to count something on his fingers as if he's kind of like thinking of how to move, and then he just does, aha! I'm a genius! And he moves to the free spot over here, and he is going to attempt to attack the veteran. It's a great axe. Surprise, surprise. Okay. Yeah, 21's gonna hit. And let's just roll his damage. It's probably gonna be enough to... okay. So, I think basically the way this is gonna happen is Grumpsh just kind of slashes like the veteran again across his back, because his back's to him since he was attacking the orc in front of him, and the veteran just kind of like stands in place as he's already dead. And basically that second attack where he got a 1 was just him kind of like nudging him slightly with the great axe, which causes him to fall over. Okay, and now the veteran is dead too. So I think with that, Grumpsh is probably going to take the opportunity to... Actually, no, he can't. Ooh. Actually, no, he's not used his bonus action yet, has he? So yeah, he is going to use aggressive in order to... Wait, does he have to use his movement for that? Sorry, I have not actually used this ability before. Oh yeah, he can move up to its movement. So yeah, he can actually move so he's next to these two guys. So yeah, Grumpsh is like a train and he isn't stopping anytime soon. It's now the turn of the Kobold Scale Sorcerers. So the Kobold Scale Sorcerers are seeing their leader cut down before their very eyes, and also this big hulking brute charge towards them are crapping their proverbial pants. Fortunately, they do get pack tactics because he's got an ally within 5 feet, so they are going to try. I think that's probably... Oh, actually, you know what they're going to do? They're going to actually try Scorching Ray against Grumpsh, 1 siege with advantage. So that's going to be 1d20 plus 4. Just going to make actually roll 1d20 plus 4. So first one attacks. It's... Oh wait, it did it again. Okay, it doesn't matter, that one hits, so I'm just going to roll the second one. Oh, it's because I'm moving it to the top, that's why. Okay, so yeah, both of them get a hit, and let me just double check what it says. So it is 3 rays. So, oh, I have to make... Oh, right, I forgot you have to do it once for each ray. Okay, so yeah, I'm just going to roll this a few more times. So, the first ray hits for both. Okay, so
first ray hits for one of them, so it's 2 and 1. Okay, let's roll the third one each. 19, 17. Yep, that's gonna hit. 18 and yep. So one of them hits all 3. One of them hits 2. So it's gonna be. Oops, key came off the keyboard. That's not good. Just have to put that back on. Right, so it's going to be a d6 for each one that hits. So I'm just going to speed this up and roll 5d6 damage. So, wow, they're really not rolling well. Huh. Okay, so after all that, they just basically do their powers combine, and there's just a massive light show, and it all strikes Grumph in the chest. And I mean, Grumph is moderately impressed by it, but otherwise, yeah, he's had worse, frankly. Okay, and with that, the kobolds just kind of look to each other, realizing, well, fuck. It's now the turn of the pack of orcs who are nearest back, and they just yell to each other, "Protect the war chief!" And they start to move up, and they can just about get into range to engage. I think. Thank you for that. I think they're going to split themselves up like this. So one of them is going to attack this one, 2 of them are going to attack this one, so I'm just going to roll their hits. Oh, I think it rolled one of those twice for some reason. Okay, so first one doesn't hit, second one hits, third one doesn't hit. Okay, so once again...
That's the same again.
It's
2
exactly the
misses and a
same.
crit.
I don't actually know what the chances of this happening 3 times in a row are, but I would imagine it must be astronomically low.
It
Okay.
feels like we keep getting repeat rolls today.
Yeah, maybe it
Or
might be
you
roll
are
20s.
getting them at least.
Yeah, maybe roll 20's messing up a bit. Who knows? But it's to your benefit for the time being, so hopefully that remains the case. So yeah, he is going. This orc, this hero of an orc, just kills this one in one strike. I mean, Grumph would sort of feel, you know, proud, but it's Grumph's kill. Grumph doesn't like kill stealers, not even his own guys. But speaking of kill stealers, Arthur's next.
Hello. So, what the hell? Gonna run in, run behind, have Robert follow me afterwards, and both of us are gonna attack. I assume that hits.
That is gonna hit, yeah. For 9. Okay, so this kobold is bricking it. No other word for it, and yeah, you just come in and you just conk him on the back of the head. You conk him real good.
Yeah. But he's still there, is he?
He is still there for now, unfortunately. But that helped.
Does the rend hit?
The rend does hit.
5 damage.
Okay, so once again, Robert really likes dismembering things today, but this time it's the kobold's tail. He just kind of like, he doesn't bite it off, but he leaves like, he probably like rips the tip of the tail off this time. And he just kind of like chews on it a little bit before spitting it out, because it tastes like lizards.
Oh, and that's the end of it.
FY here, he has taste buds now. Who knew? Okay, Zach's turn.
Mechanical genius. Zarks will just go charging straight in. Zark, hit things! Actually, he can't do that with that weapon anyway, so he would have done it with hand axe because he lost his other axe, didn't he? So, he missed with a hand axe. What happens?
Okay. So I'm going to say that. How far can Zark throw his hand axe?
He was hitting with it manually.
I was hitting with it manually. Okay, right. Fortunately, if he was throwing it, this would have gone a bit differently. On a 1, I'm just going to say that he just lost his grip and... Actually, did he already throw a hand axe once?
He's thrown it once, yeah.
Yeah.
He threw it and
Yeah,
he got it back.
actually, his great... He was attacking with his great axe, didn't he? So his great axe is
Yeah,
over
he
here.
lost his great.
Yeah,
His
I'm
great
going
axe is
to-
over
you know
down
what?
here.
I'm going... Oh wait, no, I said his great axe was here.
No, he was over here because Robert was there.
Oh,
Yeah.
right, sorry, because he was with that part. Okay, so we just he moved up. Okay, fair enough, sorry. I was just going to say they went on the other side of the same guy, but I can't do that joke now. Okay, I'm just going to say that the hand axe is there instead. He kind of just loose. He kind of like he's got slippery hands, does Zach today. So his
That's the
hand
end of
axe
Zach's
is-
turn.
Yeah, Zach, he isn't doing well in your hands, is he?
No, he's not really.
It doesn't is the player after all, not the character. Based on this, or maybe it's just bad dice rolls. That's probably the more likely explanation. Anyway, it's Leoson's turn. the underdog MVP of the fight. Okay, so Leoson, seeing once again that he can just about get into here, is going to attempt to attack the kobold. He does not hit, but he doesn't feel in this moment safe in himself using his key reserves again, so he's probably just going to end his turn there. Okay, it's now Blaine's turn.
I just stand guard. Do nothing.
Yeah, so you're just with...
Yeah.
Okay, so...
And-
Lyra, once again, I'm just going to just keep misclicking things today. Just going to have a roll perception again to see if she actually notices Delman's condition, even though she did got it healed. Nope, she doesn't. So I think Lyra is just going to move up in that case, next to Rumph. Yep. And let me just see how she's still has. Okay, so she's used one of those. Okay, she is going to use another Cure Wounds level 1 on Grumph, so I'm going to roll this. Grumph gains 2 hit points. Hooray. Grumph kind of just looks towards Lyra as, like, the healing embers aren't quite as potent as they usually are, and
Is her modifier really 0?
let me just. Oh wait, no.
For Cure Wounds?
For
Because
Cure
Cure
Wounds,
Wounds is 1d8 plus modifier,
Plus
so
modifier.
for me it's 1d8 plus 3.
Oh, okay, I might have. I think I missed off her modifiers. So, she has. Let me just see what she said. She has +4. So yeah, he'll get an additional 4. Then my mistake. Okay, so yeah, actually I'm going to retcon that and just say that it takes a moment for, like, the potency to really kick in, and then Grumph just nods in approval of Lyra's healing efforts. Okay, and with that, that's going to be Lyra's turn. It's now the turn of, well, not the 3 orcs, now the 2 orcs down here. Unfortunately, their compatriots have this well in hand, so I think they're probably going to... they can't quite get over there. They're going to move up a little bit, but they're going to have to wait till next turn to get to where they actually want to be. Okay, that's the end of their turn. Delman's turn is skipped. Okay, Gwen's turn.
Something that the action has moved a ways into the room. Can I pick Delman up? Can I carry him?
Yeah, I mean, Delman's quite small, isn't he? I don't know if
He's a gnome and I'm a tall woman.
What's your carry weight, actually?
Where would I find that, by the
If I
way?
could get a character sheet just so I can...
Any character sheet you look on inventory, it should be on the top left of the inventory.
Yeah.
I'm just going to bring up Delman's weight whilst we do that.
Carry weight 90.5.
90.5. Let me just double check how much Delman weighs, if that information's on there.
I think it would be in description, which is hidden.
Right, weight carried. Well, this is it. It's his weight carried and then his weight. So he's currently.
Oh,
he's
weight carried.
He's currently carrying 67 pounds of weight, and I'm going to imagine he weighs more himself than 30 pounds. So I don't think.
No, that was weight carried. I don't know where my carry weight.
Okay,
is, like
so
the
Click
amount.
on that
for
bit
your
where the weight
left-
carried is.
So if you actually click on the number, it should bring up another window that says encumbrance, and then you should see carrying capacity
Oh yeah, yeah.
at the very top underneath the encumbrance and bolt.
Strength times 15. So 12 times 15. I need a calculator. Too stupid tonight. £180, and I'm carrying about 90 pounds.
180 pounds, you're carrying 90. Delman himself is carrying 67, and I'm going to say that he weighs.
Oh wait. Carrying capacity 180 pounds. Push, drag, or lift 300.
Yeah, so you can carry 180. I don't actually know what Delman's weight is, but I don't think you would be able to carry him. I would say that you could probably drag him though. And with half movement, so if you want to do that instead.
Very unfriendly.
I'd say that unlike the last instance with the other guys, that Delman is just basically shut down right now.
Yeah, he would be a dead weight.
Yeah.
In that case, I'm turning to Blaine. You got him?
Yeah, of course.
And with that, I'm moving into the third room.
Okay.
I'm trying to see what is going on, what I can see, because just heard, so I'm trying to see what's going on.
Just roll perception
Like-
to get
yeah.
like a grasp of the situation quickly. Okay, you look around and you see several dead bodies, so I mean that by itself, and they're not dead bodies of your allies, so you could probably surmise just from that alone that the battle is going quite well. You can probably also tell on the 18 that most of your orc allies still look to be in relatively good health, as do your compatriots. You can't actually see what they're fighting exactly just because there's so many guys stood around this kobold, but you get the distinct impression that this fight is almost over.
Can I see any more of the room? No, I think that's my field of vision. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think there's much beyond this anyway. Anyway, so is that the end of your turn, Gwen?
Yes, I will end my turn.
Okay, so now it is Grumsh's
Or
turn.
unless you're
Oh, sorry.
allowing me an interaction, I'll put the bottle I had back into my pack.
I mean, you can do that as an interaction because I think you just left Element with Blaine, right?
Yeah.
So you've only used your movement so far to get up to where you are. Actually, use
Technically,
your
I asked him.
actually
are
use
you
your
safe?
interaction for that. So
So-
yeah, use your action
yeah.
to put that away. Yeah, that's fine. Okay.
And with that safely in my bag, I'm done.
Good. So, yeah, Kobold Scale Sorcerer. Yeah, at this point, I think, given Kobold's nature, he isn't thinking strategically anymore. I think he is just going to. Yeah, sod it. It's his only chance. He's going to try doing Scorching Ray again. Unfortunately, this time he does not have a buddy to help him with that attack, so just need to roll 1d20 plus 4 for each of them. So yeah, I'm going to say that they're attacking Grumsh again, by the way. Okay, so let's just check his AC. So yeah, unfortunately for this guy, only one of them hit. So just gonna roll. Six. Yeah. Grumph is kind of like... I mean, I'm not going to even say that he's particularly by it. He just grunts in disapproval. And unfortunately for this kobold, it's now the turn of the other orcs who are around him, including the orc that can't quite get to him because he's stood behind this other orc. Okay, but they're going to attempt to finish this battle off here and now. Again. Okay. One of these orcs is... He's pulling his weight for his clan, it seems. So, yeah, that is... Yeah, I'll level you. This kobold had 1 health left, so most of this was unnecessary. So yeah, he just, after like his clan chief was hit by the fire, this orc took offense to that and just swiped off the arm that the kobold just tried to use Scorching Ray with, and yeah, he's dead. And with that, combat, for the time being, is over. As combat ends though, Arthur, roll perception. You know, I'm going to say on that, one of these bats comes over, and he is just going to... Okay, 6 doesn't hit, does it?
No.
Okay, the bat just flies off harmlessly. It was just going to,
Shit on his head?
it was just going to nip you on the air or something.
Nah.
But yeah, the bat stays out your way, fortunately. Okay, unfortunately you don't hear anything aside from the bat trying to... I'm guessing what actually happened, the bat distracted you from being able to hear, so that was the nat one. Okay, so for the time being, combat is over, and as far as you guys know, you're safe for the time being.
I'll see all the way out here.
Yeah, one moment, let me just go ahead and reveal that for you. I'm just gonna have to remember to move my like map over here as well, just so see that. So I'm just gonna reveal this room for you now.
Yeah.
So, do you want to investigate the room or learn anything more about it?
Shall we hold off so gentlemen can be there for that?
Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to just start to move towards the end of the session now. So I'm just going to do this last scene before we finish. Is that okay with you guys? No one needs to go for a couple of minutes?
A few minutes, okay.
Yeah,
Not
literally a
long.
couple of minutes, I'll be quick. Okay, so after the bat basically accosted Element, you fail to notice the clamber of several footsteps coming from the side of you. Like, you hadn't really looked very much yet, but there was a staircase here, and you see several more guys coming up with the woman that you met earlier with the ball cut, Mondath, at the head of them. And she just looks into the room and just goes, What in blazes is going on here? What are the orcs doing here? She kind of turns to this guy, who just has no answer. And then she locks eyes with you, Delman. Sorry, Delman, bloody hell. Sorry, you're both midgets. So,
Hey.
she just,
Wow.
she just goes, You have some explaining to do. What are you doing out of captivity, much less in this cave? Do you not see that I am very stressed right now?
How to smile. Oh, I kind of want to cast a spell, actually. Can I cast a spell?
You can if you want.
Okie dokie. How do I post it into here?
So if you click on the spell in the top right corner, yeah, displaying thingy. Right. Just quickly explain what that does, just because I want to, and just
5 foot wide, 30 feet across.
5 foot wide.
All the way down there.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you're about to maybe calculate a lot of rolls. Thanks.
Yes, I am. Alright, I saw a great opportunity, sorry.
No. I don't blame you for doing that at all. I just need to.
2 hours later.
I'm going.
So everything needs to do a dex save, being 13.
Okay.
Basically.
If you don't mind, I'm going to calculate the damage for this later, just so it can. Yeah, just so I can actually do it. But yeah, I'll make them all do a dex. God damn you, Doom. Okay, I think because I can't actually get one of the character sheets up right now. So yeah, okay. Sorry about this.
Let's finish before the dogs have an accident.
I know. I'm trying.
Uh-oh.
Okay, so.
You can blame Doom for that.
I still have to clean it up, so.
I mean,
Just do all
ask
this
him to
next
do
time.
it.
I mean, Pamela, if you need to go, just go. Don't.
I said we just do all this next time.
Yeah. So I'm going to say that I'm going to actually do we'll do the deck saves after the session if you don't mind. So basically, you shoot some acid out of your hand, and it covers basically everyone around there, and some of them wince in pain, others just shrug it off, and Mondaf just looks scornfully up towards you. Arthur just goes, "Wait! For goodness sake, wait! Do you have any idea what you've done?" She just looks at you for a response.
No, but I don't like you.
No. You don't understand. There's nothing to hold him back now. Haven't you heard it? The banging? We just got him in there. We just were about... Oh, no. Oh, he's gonna be free any moment. I just know it. And sure enough, as she says that, you hear a bang. And probably during the course of the battle, in the excitement, you didn't particularly notice that Gwen, if you were to look back, you can see that that metal door, the hinges now seem visibly warped. And then a few moments later, another bang. And Mondaf just says once again, "Oh, listen, I don't care. I don't care what our differences were. You have to help us. He'll kill you too." And then,
Remains to be seen.
and then, once again, another bang. And the door falls down. And then, out of the darkness of the room, a single foot emerges. And that is where we'll leave things for right now.
Oh, she's a human foot, it's okay then.
I didn't say that.
No,
Well-
you said a single foot, so you gotta specify if it's in the foot.
Okay, fine, it's a scaly looking foot. Damn you, dude.
Haha.
Fair
But
enough.
it's a foot.
It's a foot. It's a very menacing foot.
Ooh.
Okay,
Not a claw, no.
so...
Okay, I need to go.
Okay, yeah, so we're just going to end off pretty swiftly there. So, guys, thank you very much, anyone who's here, for watching, and we shall speak to you all next time.